Hello, designers of life. Today I'm talking about affirmations. I'll be telling you about how I got into affirmations even though I thought they were some like really hippy-dippy thing and I thought they were super dumb. I really started taking them seriously after I learned that Bruce Lee, yes, the Bruce Lee, did affirmations as part of his daily practice. I'll go over what they are, why they work, and my specific method to write affirmations that stick and speak to you. So yeah, let's get started.
I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna dance with somebody.
So first off, what are affirmations? Affirmations are a form of manifestation.
They are repeatable phrases used to enforce new thoughts and thought patterns.
I went from someone who could not participate in affirmations because I thought they were so stupid. I was like picturing someone in front of a mirror telling themselves how much they love themselves even though they like really didn't, but it's just like lying to yourself. Like that's what I thought. I thought like affirmations are you lying to yourself to try to believe something else. Sort of discarded it because I didn't get the point. Think about it this way. You're undeniably affected by the things and thoughts around you. You're affected by the political environment around you, the cultural environment, your friends, your family, all of these things you are undeniably affected by. I started to think of it like this. Say you're watching one news channel. You're like probably gonna believe it. So your mind kind of works that way too with its thoughts. In other words, the thoughts that you say to yourself, they actually matter. They do. I started to realize this when I noticed I was saying things over and over again that I didn't even realize were destructive but actually are. And I think the first thing I realized was that whenever people asked like, oh, hey, how's it going? How are you? I'd always be like, I'm fine. I'm tired. Like, I would always say that. Like, you could ask me how I was doing any time of the day. I'd be like, I'm tired today. Other things like thinking, oh, I'm so lazy. I couldn't even wake up early today. Or thinking, I'm so unlucky. I didn't get this opportunity or I missed that. Or like the bus just passed me and I was like so close to getting lit. Like, I'm so unlucky. And things like looking at other people being like, oh, I wish I was that person. I wish I had that person's body. I wish I was like doing what that person's doing. They look like they're having so much fun. I just thought all of these things over and over without really realizing that those are not the thoughts I want to be having. So in short, affirmations help change the way that you think. My first step to learning about affirmations was looking them up online and picking out the ones that I felt like I wanted to say to myself. I'd also watch videos online, these affirmation videos that kind of just repeat them over and over for you so you can kind of relax and not really think of it. I really like Lavender's affirmation videos because, I don't know, something about her voice and the way she constructs the affirmations like are really awesome, and I thought they were a great introduction for me. I've been doing them for about like 6 months or so and I thought they were amazing, but the truth is I don't know if they were that effective. I think they were very positive and I always felt so happy after watching them, but I don't know how effective they were in driving me towards the mindset that I actually want to have. I felt like from this that you almost need to write your own affirmations in order for them to be like 10x effective for you. And I know that's a lot of work. I thought it was the hardest thing that I could possibly do. I was like, I don't want to do this, I can't do this. Because the hard part for me was that I didn't know what I wanted to affirm. I couldn't think of an affirmation because I didn't know what I wanted. I just knew what I didn't want. I couldn't tell myself like, I am happy. I just told myself like, I didn't want to be unhappy. So this is a method I tried a couple weeks ago. I feel like it's working. I feel really happy with it. So I'm just gonna share that method with you today. This method is really good for visual learners like me who are not super specific about what they want. I'm not the type of person that could tell you in 6 months I want to wear this specific dress and be surrounded by all of these plants and read this book and that. Like I can't even come up with an example because I just don't think that way. I'm kind of someone who's more on like based off the vibes. But anyways, here's my method for visual learners to write your own affirmations to start or continue literally whatever journey you are going on and where you want to project yourself towards. Here it is. Crazy. First, create an album. I don't care if it's a mood board. I don't care if it's a bunch of TikToks you really like. It could be songs, it could be movies, it could be people, it could be documentaries. Take screenshots of that person on Instagram that you're really jealous of every time they post. Like whatever works for you, whatever you feel like you want to be, like capture that and put it all in one place. For the simplicity of this video, I'm going to show you using Pinterest. Pinterest is really good because it has super aesthetic photos, but sometimes they're a little too aesthetic. So like don't get too caught up in just like saving everything you want. Like try to find things that really mean something to you. So I created this board called My Dream Life and spent some time collecting photos that I felt like embodied what I wanted to grow into. This probably took me a few days to even put together the board, so like don't feel like you need to rush it or anything. It can also be photos that you took yourself or videos that you took that like really capture a feeling or a moment that you want to be able to cherish in the future. So once that's done, I want you to take a moment to reflect on it. Reflect on the album you created and feel what it means to you. Is it exciting? Is it special? Is it something that grounds you? Is it something that moves you? Like what is it? What is it about the feeling of this board? You don't need to put a word to it. Those were just like some examples, but really just take a moment to like consider how it makes you feel. Now it's time to start writing. And this is where I realized everyone looks at photos and videos differently. Like something that really stands out to one person, like someone else would never even think of. So that's kind of the point of this exercise, is like, what do things mean to you and what about it do you actually want in your life? So these affirmations are meant to be like an expression of what you like about that particular piece of media and what you want it to affirm about yourself. So I'm gonna go through examples because like that sounded really vague and I don't have any better way of explaining it. But anyways, we'll start with this photo. Look at it. You're thinking, two people swimming in the ocean. It looks really beautiful. It looks like a dream life to have. But for me, I had to ask like, why does that look like a dream life? And I felt like this photo was something that to me, I'm not the people in the photo. I'm the person behind the camera. I'm the person who took this photo. I'm the person who saw these two people and who are living with those two people. So to me, this photo is really about having these two girlfriends with me, being surrounded by people who look like they're enjoying themselves, who look like they're having a good time, who are not jealous of others. So for me, the affirmations that I got just out of this one photo that really mean a lot to me are, my friends are happy, as happy, if not way more happy than I am. And my friends teach me how to relax and to enjoy the moment. And I'm surrounded by people who enjoy happiness and are not jealous of other people's happiness. And those are all things I really took away and felt from this photo. And those are all affirmations in themselves. Here's another example. This girl is holding books in her hand. I could be like, oh, I want to like be someone who reads. I want to be like really intellectual like that. But that's not really what this photo meant to me. Like I noticed that this looks like a library book. And to me, there's something so important and so special about sharing things. I'm the type of person who, if you asked to borrow any of my things, I don't think I'd say no unless it was something like really, really sentimental to me. But very rarely do I let myself be the person whose thing is being shared to. Like terrible English, but like the person you share something with, I'm never like asking other people, can I borrow that? Like, can I try that? Like, I just don't ask for things like that. So to me, this was about like really borrowing other people's knowledge. And last example, this girl, you look at her, she's staring out the car window. She looks like she's enjoying all the wind through her hair and like the forest in front of her. To me, that totally captures a feeling. I want to be this girl. I want to be this girl who's just so mesmerized by the world around her and what's going on. And that's just something I really want to embody. So to me, what I took out of this was the affirmation of, I sit and let nature affect me. It teaches me about myself. So those are like my examples of exactly the thought processes that I had when I was going through these photos, thinking about things. And if you're thinking about songs, if you're thinking about poems, movies, clips, like people, just think about what it is about them. Like, what is it about them that really gets you feeling something? Because that's where you're going to get the strongest affirmations out of you and things that will be able to impact your life more, because these are specific. These are customized for you and by you. So yeah, that's the method. I do have some overall tips for like affirmations in general that I also wanted to share. So my first step is to create your own practice. People say that speaking affirmations are a great way to really start embodying them. You could write them, you could sing them. Like, I don't know, be creative with it, create your own practice. People also say to practice affirmations in the morning or right before you sleep. This is because that's like the channel of like waking up then going into deep sleep. Like, it gets that cut of where your brain is being awake but also slightly unconscious, so you're really receptive to like what's going on around you. So people say to practice affirmations during those times. I haven't found that totally works for me. I find the strongest times for me to practice affirmations are when I'm catching myself in a rut, catching myself saying these negative things over and over again, or being really hard on myself. That's when I'll pull out an affirmation and be like, no, if I fail, this is a learning experience. I cherish this moment. Like, these are things I want to change my mindset of. And you just have to like go live it in order to start practicing affirmations sometimes. And that's been really effective for me. So that's my practice. Find something that works for you. And I assure you that when you give yourself the agency to choose when you're doing it, how you're doing it, and what exactly you're saying to yourself, it'll like, forget the rest. You got it. Like, go do it. My next tip is change your affirmations whenever you want, but keep a few things that really stick with you. So Bruce Lee had 7 consistent affirmations that he would carry with himself in his notebook or on laminated cards wherever he went. I'm not that person. I'm not the person who can be like really consistent about everything. So I change my affirmations and thought patterns really frequently based on what I'm interested in learning and all of this other stuff. So that being said, I try to ground myself and keep 3 themes of affirmations to really carry through each set, just so like I still embody the person that I am and don't get too carried away with dreaming, because I will get carried away. And my last tip is to, of course, be patient, kind, and loving to yourself. This can feel really, really stupid at first. But if you feel like it could work and you feel any sort of emotion that like this might work for me, keep exploring, try a different way to do things, try a different method, like change it up. If it's not working for you, it's not working for you. Like, go move on with your life, like do what you're meant to do. But if you have any urge that this could be something for you, just keep exploring until you get it. And I'm sure that it'll be an exciting process. And yeah, that's the video. Please let me know if you have any questions about my practice or like questions about affirmations in general. I would love to contribute the best of my knowledge to you. And if you have any cool affirmations you tell yourself, I'd love to hear them. I love incorporating new things in my practice. So I appreciate you for being here, listening, and sharing this time with me. And yeah. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week. Thanks, Cal. I literally still don't know how to edit this. Maybe I should have talked to them here. I feel like I was a little far.
I'm so full of it. I wanna be the life of the party.